Hi, it's Susan Williams here. I just wanted to share the 5 components of reading and how they are connected to each other. I put together a wheel here to kind of show the connectedness. We have phonemic awareness, phonics, vocabulary, comprehension, and fluency. Each one of these 5 components is equally important in creating an effective reader. The first component I want to talk about is phonemic awareness, and I'm not really here today to talk about each definition of the components, but to talk about how they're all connected. And the first one I have, phonemic awareness, is necessary to read and spell. If a student doesn't detect the 44 phonemes or sounds, it will be hard for that student to learn the alphabetic system. Early practice in phonemic awareness, in combination with letter-sound correspondence, helps students have early reading success and long-term spelling proficiency. It helps readers be able to decode unfamiliar words. So for phonemic awareness, I have an example in showing you the connectedness. And this teacher, her name is Cynthia Garza. She's teaching kindergarten in San Antonio.
Hey, use your mouse mask to go around and find things around the room that start with ma. With ma. Mouse. Months. Good. Markers. Where's the markers, Emma? Markers. Good. Keep going.
Okay, so as you can see, they were working on letter M, which will help them with the other components of reading. The next component we have is phonics. Explicit phonics and explicit comprehension instruction are needed to produce an effective reader. Students have to be able to blend sounds together to decode them. Being able to decode words is tied to fluency and vocabulary. In order to write words, students have to be able to break spoken words into sounds. So for phonics, I have Chrissy A. She's an early childhood literacy teacher, and she's working on her phonic lesson with the students.
Now, as readers, boys and girls, we look at the picture to have a clue as to what the word might be. Okay? So I want you guys to look at this picture. Okay? And we're going to figure out what word it says, and we're going to try to spell it. Everybody read with me. Every bird loves a tree. Okay. Bird. Let's look at the bird. Let's try to spell that word. What could bird be? Very good. Now that we've written the word, let's read it all together. Every bird loves a tree. Tree. Who can spell tree? Who can try? Yes, Harley. T-R-E-E. Wonderful. Do you agree? Yes? Okay, now let's replace the picture with the word, and let's see if we can read it all together. Ready? Every bird loves a tree. Well done, boys and girls. Guess what? Congratulations, because we all were able to do page 1. Now let's try to do our next page. Look at the picture and figure out this word. Every flower loves a bee. You guys are right. Now let's try to spell the word flower. What does flower begin with? Yes, Victory.
So as you can see, and they're working on their phonics, which will help them with the other components of reading. The next component we have is fluency. Having a large sight vocabulary helps fluency. Having skills in fluency aids comprehension. When a student reads with fluency, it gives them time to analyze, interpret, draw conclusions, and infer the meaning from what they have read. So we have an example here of students practicing fluency with October poems and Witchy Fingers.
Gave us a shower.
So having the skills in fluency will help them with the other components of reading. The next component we have is vocabulary. Vocabulary knowledge helps a student have phonological awareness, which contributes to their word recognition. Vocabulary knowledge in kindergarten and first grade is a significant predictor of reading comprehension in middle school and high school. To comprehend vocabulary words, fluency and recognition skills are needed. Vocabulary and comprehension are very dependable on each other. Struggling in vocabulary will throw comprehension off. So the example I have with vocabulary, there's some 9-year-olds, and this is in Kirkton, England, Thomas Middlecott English Department. And they're working on a vocabulary page here, and this would be very difficult to do without some of the other components in the 5 components of reading. So we have here they're writing down different words that go with themes to things that they're reading. The next component we have is comprehension. From an early age, students are read aloud to and asked to respond to the reading. This helps them understand that reading comprehension is what reading is about. When you comprehend what you are reading, then you can have a deeper discussion and in turn want to read more to find out more answers to the questions you are wondering about. Comprehension helps students master the other 4 components. So for comprehension, I have John Lee Good, and he's a teacher and learning consultant at DCC. And he has an example here of comprehension developed through annotation and peer discussion. So they have predictions on here, and they're able to look at and have deeper conversations when they have comprehension in reading. So we've talked about comprehension, phonemic awareness, fluency, vocabulary, and phonics. Each one of these is taught simultaneously. They're all very important to create an effective reader. In summary, the ultimate goal is reading comprehension. You can't have reading comprehension without having phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, and vocabulary. Each of these components is necessary for the others to work. They are all equally important and taught simultaneously. If you are not aware that each letter corresponds to a sound, then you would not be able to work on the other 4 components. If you are not able to decode, then you would struggle with fluency and vocabulary. If you struggle with vocabulary, then comprehension would be difficult too. The 5 components are all connected and they work together in producing an effective reader. Effective readers know how to flow effortlessly in and out of all the 5 areas of components when they are reading. They are able to decode, know a lot of vocabulary or strategies for deciphering any unknown word. An effective reader uses metacognitive strategies to find main ideas and write summaries. They are able to recognize and read various text structures too. Thank you for being with me today.